So I'm here at Harry Green's barbershop in Essex, Malden, to interview both Reese and Harry Green. Harry Green being the owner of the shop. So I just want to find out a little bit about where they started and where they're going. So Harry, first of all, tell me, where exactly did you start in barbering? What was your inspiration and motivation to become a barber?
I've always really had an interest in doing it. Like, the industry seemed so cool. Like, as a kid, when I used to go to a barber shop, like, I used to love the sort of atmosphere in there and everything like that. And I just sort of fell into it. I come out of college when I was 18, and I didn't have no work lined up or anything. And one of my old man's mates owned a barber shop locally in the town that we lived in. And sort of went in there, he sort of sorted me out a job in there. That's where I really started off. And sort of moved on to other shops, done more training elsewhere, blah, blah, blah. Done a bit of women's hair as well. I went to college to do women's hair, but didn't really get on with it, so I didn't really like it. So I sort of dropped back into the barbering scene. So, yeah.
And yourself, Reese, how did you enter into the market, if you like?
Well, I didn't get into this industry till I was turning 24. It's when Harry opened the shop up. He was looking for an apprentice. I was in a job that I wasn't happy in. I see how much Harry enjoyed the industry, so I sort of just started working for him as an apprentice. Went really intensive with my training, managed to get the shop ready within a year, and that's how we just started out. So yeah, it's just building from there.
Okay. And tell me about your styles collectively. Tell me a bit about the kind of styles that you offer to your clients right now.
We're sort of like quite traditional with our barbering, aren't we? But we've sort of got a little bit of a urban twist to it, sort of thing. Like with the clean fades, the clean lining in and stuff, and really our sort of finishing as well. So it's a bit different to what your traditional sort of stuff is as well. Like we'll do a pump, but add a twist to it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So it's very versatile in what we do, you know. So yeah.
What would you say? Your styles are very, very similar.
Yeah. We both cut very similar, and the styling and stuff is very similar to what we do. Yeah,
where Harry trained me, obviously, so I've got a very sort of similar cutting technique to him. But we're constantly learning new stuff, changing stuff. We often do training nights after work with each other just to try and improve. Show each other things that we've seen within the industry. Yeah, just constantly trying to up our game.
Okay, so your main kind of strengths, if you like, is the actual styling of the hair. I've seen some of your work on Instagram, and I have to say, I mean, it is. It's awesome.
It's sort of doing a bit of women's hair sort of helps that. You sort of learn different techniques with your blow drying, like with your round brushes and stuff like that. And yeah, we get loads of inspiration from like the big brothers, J Fades. There's loads of people. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people in the industry that are stepping it up, sort of styling wise now.
That's it.
I think the styling aspect has stepped into barbering massively. Within the last couple of years. So it's just sort of keeping on top of your game and keeping up with other people.
Always trying new stuff out, you know what I mean? You never stop learning in this game. What we've proven that anyway, you know what I mean? From day one sort of thing, the way I first started cutting is completely different to now. So you just pick up new techniques as you go on, we found.
Okay, and talking about improving your game, I go to quite a lot of the barbering shows, the Great British Barber Bash and a few various other shows, and you're always there. Tell me what you're doing, because you always seem like you're up to something.
Oh yeah, we're always on the knock of that. You know what I mean? We go to these to network, we're sort of like getting our name out as well. But yeah, we pick up loads of stuff at these shows.
That's what it's sort of for. You sort of go to these things to see what other people in the industry are doing.
Yeah.
And you kind of pick up loads of stuff at these shows. People are constantly doing new techniques, they're using new styles. So it is just keeping up to standard.
Yeah.
You always want to keep a higher standard of your work, and the best way to do that is going to these sort of events and learning from other people.
That's it.
Like I said, I find your work is exceptional, and it's totally different and totally unique. When will you boys actually, or gentlemen should I say, be going into the education arena? Because I think you've got something, a really unique talent that needs to be shared.
Late this year we posted up just to see what sort of feedback we're going to get, just about offering like one-day workshops and seminars. the feedback we got was quite decent, you know what I mean? So we are planning to do stuff early next year. So I think that's when we're going to start getting the ball rolling with the education side of it.
We sort of had a few people approach us first of all to just ask us if there's any sort of training we're going to be doing in the future. It's something we've started talking about massively now, and I think it's something that we are going to get into. We've got a few things in the pipeline.
Well, definitely, because they're saying in kind of like the spring, summer, it's going to go long. Which is obviously going to put you guys head and shoulders above the rest, because you've got the skin fade down to a fine art, and the long work and the styling work speak for itself.
So there's a lot of barbers who are great at fading, you know what I mean? But a lot of them don't really get on with the scissor work. We find we always get people asking us about the scissor work that we do, you know what I mean? So we're always trying to help people out by like replying to their messages and stuff. So that's why we're going to push it next year. With the sort of with our seminars, it's going to be a lot with the scissor work sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, I think it's just keeping. As a barber, you've got to kind of keep versatile when you work.
Yeah,
you shouldn't really focus on one aspect of barbering, because hair changes so much.
Yeah,
you got to try and be as versatile as you can. So I think scissor work is one of our strengths, and I think that a lot of people could benefit from us doing some.
Yeah, definitely.
Training courses with scissor work.
Okay, Green Boys, bring it on.
Yeah.
That's it.
And talking about helping people, you're involved in a number of charities that you kind of incorporate barbering with the charities. Tell me about these charities and how you incorporate barbering within the charities that you sponsor.
At the moment, we're involved in a group called the Lions Barber Collective. It's a group where it's a collection of barbers. We've got a very strong group of barbers within the collection. It's just bringing awareness to young suicidal and young mental health issues in men. And we've got a lot planned for next year with them. It's going to take off massively. We're kind of pushing it over towards the States now as well. So it's going to be a massive thing next year, and we're just really happy to be part of it.
Okay. So why did you choose this in particular, more directed at you, Harry? Why did you choose this cause in particular?
Oh, it wasn't actually me who chose it. It was Pat Barry and Tom Chapman. They sort of set up the Lions Barbers, and I think it was Tom Chapman who approached us. He approached us to get involved with it, and we thought, it's a great cause. So we beat his hand for it, you know what I mean? So it's all.
So is that a part of a syndicate you're in with Tom Chapman, or is it he just reached out to you?
Yeah, he just reached out. We was chatting to him anyway. We got like a WhatsApp group with like barbers in, and he sort of asked me and Reece to sort of come along and join with him. So it was a real honour to do it. Okay.
So what is this group, by the way?
It's the New World Barbers group.
Oh, right.
A little WhatsApp group that we've got going on. Sort of died out a little bit now. It's sort of finished now, but
that killed off one of my mobile telephones.
Did it?
Oh, yeah.
Kieran entered me into the group. And I had like this iPhone 5 that was kind of on its last leg. So with the volume of
notifications,
photos that come from it, just absolutely shut.
We wonder why you never talk to them. What's wrong with this? Why don't you say anything?
It got a bit mad, didn't it?
So tell me, as relatively newcomers, what would you say the one greatest moment in barbering has been for you both?
I think, for me personally, was getting through to the final of the Great British Barber Bash this year. And even finishing third, you know what I mean? I was so like shocked by it. I've never done any sort of competition work or any stage work before that. So it was real like intense being there. And it was real good doing it, you know what I mean? It was just good to be in the final, let alone finishing third in it, you know what I mean? So that was my biggest thing for the.
And yourself, Reece?
I think for me, Great British Barber Bash was like the first sort of event we went to, and we sort of had people approaching us saying that we was inspiring and stuff like that, and it was a bit overwhelming because I just see myself, I'm just a barber.
This normal
I just work in a barber shop in a little town, and for people to come up and say that I inspire them it's nice.
Weird, it's nice.
That's good, because you're like I said, your work is exceptional, but you're not kind of loud mouthed. You kind of just like get on with it and let the work speak for itself.
That's it.
Where some people have to overcompensate for their lack of work.
Yeah,
personality.
I think you got to stay humble within the industry.
Definitely.
You got so many young talent coming through that were just some of the young talent that's coming through. They're just going to knock people off the pedestals that are sort of give it a big one and that. There's amazing talent coming through. So you just got to stay humble with your work.
Definitely.
You just got to let your work do the talking. I think.
A lot of keyboard warriors, I find.
Yeah.
On the old social media, they will say something about their work, but they'll never post anything. So it's like very, very shady with them. I think.
So, what is your thoughts on Instagram, which seems to be the main medium for barbers to communicate the positives and the negatives from you both?
I think it's a massive platform to showcase your work. You know what I mean? It's massive. The negatives, I don't know. The negatives, you can't really show off your whole haircut in the picture. I think that's the only thing that I can really think of. You know what I mean? It's not.
I'd say there's some negative. The only negatives with Instagram, I'd say, is the people on there.
Yeah,
because you get people that would just start. That will have something to say about your work.
Yeah.
That
get it all the time.
Yeah, they don't post any of their own work up, so that's the negatives of it. But it's just one of them things that comes within the industry.
As your numbers go up, the people that want to criticise go up also.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You're always going to get people that are going to critique you. It's part of what we do, but we're here to be critiqued.
Yeah,
if you're going to post your work, you've got to expect it.
I'm all open for opinions and criticism, you know what I mean? I'll take it all on board, you know what I mean? Within reason, obviously, but you get that with all social media, you know what I mean? There's always someone that has to say something, I find.
Okay. And let's talk about tools, because I know that you guys actually use the American tools.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was your reason for experimenting or trying or actually using?
Just like again, Instagram. You know what I mean? I see loads of people using them. For everyone saying how like with certain clippers, like the seniors, like how much cleaner you can get your fades with them. Blah, blah. And I thought I'd try them out. You know what I mean? I thought I'd give them a go, and I wouldn't go back to the UK clippers now. You know what I mean? I find they're very strong, like the American clippers.
Yeah, I think with the American clippers, there's so much more variety.
Yeah,
I think
definitely
that's one of the big things. But hopefully, it might start getting brought over to the UK a bit more now. The barbering's taken off over here, but
that's it.
Yeah, I think there's just more variety with American clippers.
Definitely.
So, what would you like to see from UK clippers? What improvement would you personally like to see, or what do you think they're lacking?
Just the variety, I'd say. Yeah. With the American clippers, you've got so much more option with blades, clippers, motors. Over here, you haven't got. I'd say you've got about half the amount of stuff out in the UK at the moment. So that's just a variety, really.
Just little things like foil shavers. Like you can't get decent UK foil shavers over here. I find anyway. There's just little things like that. I don't know why no one's jumped on it. I mean, it's mad.
I'm sure Wall and Andy are working on it now as we speak.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
So I mean, what would be your words of advice to other barbers maybe considering?
Definitely give it a go.
Definitely.
I feel like my work has definitely improved through using the US clippers. They've helped out so much with my work.
Definitely. Yeah, tools are a big thing.
Definitely.
Especially at the moment with all the clipper work, all the fade work that goes on.
Definitely.
Tools are a massive help. So it's getting the right tools for you. And I'd say American clippers have just got so much more variety with them.
Okay. And talking about products, not necessarily barbering tools, do you guys have any kind of wet products or t-shirts or anything like that you offer into the...
We was toying with the idea of doing it. That's something that we're going to look into again next year. We've got a few mocks made up and sort of posted on Instagram feedback, and those people were interested in getting them. So we think we're going to push that out as well next year.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's how we're going to move on to like t-shirts and stuff.
With products, we've got our own product range, which we have 3 styling products.
4. No, 3.
Yeah, 3 styling products: a beard oil and a salt spray, which sell really well in here.
Really well. Oh, that's what you sell to consumers, not necessarily onto clients.
Just onto clients. Yeah, it's just
just onto other clients. At the moment we just stock it within shop.
Yeah, that's it.
It's something that we have talked about, maybe putting it online sending some stuff out there, but at the moment it's just within the shop.
Yeah.
So what's the projection for the next 5 years? Where do you actually see yourself, the Green brand?
I'd love to have an education thing going on. I think that's one thing that we really want to hit for the next sort of 5 years. You know what I mean? We really want to get out there and do that, and more show work as well. We ain't really cut out a show yet, have we? We haven't.
Oh, we've done Southern International.
So yeah, Southern International, and that's it. We ain't really done any show work yet, so I think that's something else we really want to start getting out there. So I'm a bit jittery on stage at the minute. We cut out British Masters last couple of months ago. I can't remember when it was.
Yeah.
And I was a bit like, a bit intense because I don't like.
That was a suicide stand, wasn't it?
Yeah. The lines, yeah. So yeah, I'd like to get more of that done, just to sort of conquer my fear of it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, you must be doing something right, because I've seen Aidan walking around with his long hair for ages, and all and a few other guys sizing him up, and I saw him sat down in your chair. Up, so
that's it. No, it's good. Yeah, I felt privileged because he told me Alan wanted to do it as well. So I messaged Alan after and said, look, I've got him. So yeah, it was good. That was good.
Okay, gentlemen, because I can see that clients are coming in now. Thank you for taking the time for giving this interview. I'm sure other barbers within the community are going to benefit from your words of wisdom.
Thank you.
Thank you.